yo, Matt, I think I'm gonna fail. I have no idea how to do this project. I'm just starting today, and it's due tonight. Can you help me out? I'm like, please? No problem. I got you. Just have a seat. I'll teach you some basic concepts. Cool, thanks. Don't worry about it. I got you. Basically, another person was asking this, no problem at all. Okay. Basically, this radiation heat mapping project is just trying to create a map of values that are safe to go on according to like a certain variable that's your limit for radiation, right? You want to create like a map of a place that's safe. So the 4 things that are important about this project you should learn are vector creation, matrix arithmetic, and relational operators. And so the first part is vectors. When you're establishing a vector, you have the name and brackets, what you want to put in them, a parenthesis in between each. And then now the computer knows that there's this vector and it has 2 things in it. It has 2 as the first one, it has 3 in the second one. And matrices are just made up of vectors, right? So if you want to create a matrix, an easy way to do that is you just put a semicolon after a string of numbers to create the next line. So if you write 2, 3, 4, 5, this would just truncate this and have it go down here. And what's really useful about MATLAB is that you can actually multiply this entire matrix at the same time. But you just have to use a dot star instead of just a star. So you're multiplying this whole thing by 2. And if you do that, the output of this, because I have no semicolon here to suppress the output, is 4, 6, 8, and 10. You're just multiplying this whole thing by 2. And then another thing that's really useful is that you can have a relational operator apply to the entire thing and get a matrix of is this true or false. So is 4 greater than 5? No, it's not, but 6, 8, and 10 are. And how this applies to the project is, let's say you're given a 3 by 3 matrix of the probabilities of getting radiation poisoning on this planet X, right? And you want to say if I have less than 50%, I want to display that as a viable place to go. Otherwise, I want it to be 0. The first step would be just establishing your given rad, your radiation matrix, as the probability would be 90, 80, 70, 60, 20, 30, 10, 50, and 60, right? So if you want to create a logical operator to see which ones are less than 50, let's call that safe logic equals rad less than 50. And so what you get from that, your output is 90 less than 50? No, it's not. It's 80. Nope. So on and so forth. But 20 is. So is 30 and 10, but 50 is not. So if you want to create this map to get the area that you can actually go in that's safe to go in, we can call this safe path equals just these 2 multiplied just like we learned here. It's a super fast, easy way to do this. Doesn't matter the size, right? This could be 1,000 or 3. It's the same math. And so the output of this would just be 20, 30, and 10. And the rest would be 0 because that's what they're multiplied by. And that's how you do it. That's the basic underlying concept behind it. If you have any questions, let me know. I learned so much from that GSI Matt about like heat mapping and stuff. I think I can teach anyone, like C++ even. What do you need help with, man?
I need help with the Project 5 flowchart.